Oh, a Dota video. I always found that song funny. Hi, I'm Rage Boy, or Afsan, or Red, which is my Dota name. As you can see in this video later, I'll be playing the highlights of the Dota tournament we entered this past week in the background. I started playing Dota around August 2010. I remember that date because it was my summer vacations when a cousin of mine introduced it to me and I was instantly hooked. I used to write down notes for Dota, item builds, hero skill builds back in the day on my math, chemistry, and physics copies. I had 3 stacked copies worth of notes from back then. What a nerd, right? Which my mom would choose to throw away a few months later, and I felt heartbroken. I put in a lot of effort for that. That wouldn't be the last time the game made me feel different ways. I would skip a lot of things just to lie and play Dota. My friends that have been dished earlier, sorry. Up until the end of 2019, I constantly played Dota without a break. Over time, I felt fatigued and that things weren't changing. The tournaments I played didn't feel appealing anymore, so I took a break from Dota for 7-8 months. Afterwards, it felt like a good change of pace until the captain from my Dota team from 2014 wanted to play a tournament with friends. To be honest, I felt less inclined to play because I was out of the game for a while, but I agreed regardless, which probably was one of the better decisions I made. Everyone knows I make bad decisions. Our team name from 2014 was WFO, which means we fucking lost. Yeah, we had shitty names, but we ended up being 4th that tournament amongst 30 plus teams back then, which was a big deal. This time our team had new people who hadn't played a tournament before. There were 2 new players that never played a tournament. A really good support player slash stand-in player. We entered Cmok Autumn League. Cmok, right? I don't know if it's Cmok or Cmok, but Cmok sounds cooler. Sorry, not sorry. Which was a 23 team tournament split in 6 groups of 4 with no real expectations. We joined the tournament as WFL Reborn. Alright, no more jokes. Now it's serious. Every day for a week we planned to practice, and we never did, and went into game 1 against Cmok Kochi, who were one of the stronger teams without our roles. Totally decided here. We did alright for the most part, but it was obvious we're going to lose. Something felt off. As you can see, I was on my best here, which is Dark here, and I'm proud of that. I got some of the wild vacuum combos right, and the highlight of the game was this amazing widespread play by our mid, who is just 15 or 16 years old. I'll say 16 just to be conservative. All of us are 23 plus otherwise. He weaves in and out of fights, and all of us protect him in this prolonged fight as he escapes with a scythe attack. This is hype in the moment. All of us on the top of our voices trying to maneuver him to safety. Alas, we still lost. We had 2 games left, but we had to win both to go through. It was a tough task to ask from a team that hadn't practiced ever. We just practiced today. After our first defeat, we had this significant team talk that put things into perspective for all of us. We decided to flip our roles around. I was playing for position support right now, and our captain switched to the off lane. This worked surprisingly well. We were now making space and were pressuring the opponent so much by rotating around the map that they had little space to get any items. A big shout out to Rafe, our 5th edition, who gave us one of the best talks and riled us up for the games going forward. We dominated Mistborn Misfits, no disrespect to our opponents, for the majority in this game. from the get-go until they called GG. Ah, the last game of the group stage. We were up against NA Clowns, which is one of the best teams in the country, at least according to rank they are. This is probably my most memorable game of the tournament based on two things. The first being that our opponent Windranger kills our mid player, who's our youngest player, and tips him early on. This irked most of us. He's the most nervous player on our team and it's his first tournament. For those who don't know what tipping is, it's sort of this disrespectful move, and I say disrespectful with quotes on, just to describe it. It means the other player is saying you suck basically, or you fucked up. Our mid is named Load in this tournament. I didn't even know he put that as his name. Kinda ironic, you know, Bangladesh. Ace, our mid, is usually very talkative, but he was pretty quiet in these games. He was nervous, so we went out of our way to rub it in this Windranger's face. And the beatdown felt so cathartic. We as a team kept tipping her, as you can see here and here. I have no regrets. I don't think my teammates do either. You deserve to win. We are 10x more toxic than you are. And the other one being enemy hiding in between two trees after we were losing a fight. I don't know why it's so funny to me. But look at him, literally, look at him. He's just standing in between two trees and I couldn't play after this more in game. It's so funny, just look at him, he's hiding. I don't know why he's hiding there, but he's just hiding in between trees. And they kill him. Like, it was obvious, but I don't know why this is funny to me. He's just chilling in between trees. Why are you killing him? That's so not right. We almost managed to throw the win by going for the throne, but luckily we managed to win afterwards. Also, there's another tip for you, Windranger, is you fucking suck. After qualifying for the knockout stages, the stages divided into the upper bracket and the lower bracket. We had a stumbling block during our first game in the upper bracket as we threw our lead by taking hindsight. Okay. We got a bit cocky and didn't respect our opponent's strength and were relegated to the lower bracket. For those who don't know what the upper bracket and the lower bracket are, so if you lose a set of games on the upper bracket, you drop down to the lower bracket, and if you lose a set of games on the lower bracket, you're out of the tournament. Yeah, everyone started on the upper bracket in the knockout stages, and whoever lost would drop down to the lower bracket, but they could still make it to the finals. And I say set of games because these games are best of ones, but later on the games will be best of threes. We were on the brink of elimination. We had to win 2 games to make it to best of threes. We had 2 best of ones to deal with. I mean, we had to win both to go through, so yeah. So I kind of spoiled that video for you. Yeah, we had a fairly easy time disposing of Velocity Gaming. This was probably my best day of Dota. I was on Phoenix after 1 game on practice. I mean, I played it earlier, but hadn't played it in months. But it still worked out for the best. Some of the Phoenix egg setups were pretty damn clean, even though I got a beating for it. Everyone bought their A game. We were pretty much in control and breezed past Velocity Gaming. Cmok Alpha, yes, we fucking lost. We were ready to lose, but their draft seemed off for some reason. And we made sure to punish that by pushing our advantage, by pressuring their farm heavy lineup, which tipped the scales to our side. I think the shot calling by our players were pretty amazing at these set of games. We didn't let them breathe. We made sure that we got the job done. It felt like their players got tilted over time as well, which is a bad sign for a team. We kind of swept past them as well, even though they were the stronger team. And they're one of the stronger teams in the tournament. As you can see, I don't know why this Tusk kept doing this and he wasn't with his team, and we just, yeah, I think we tore apart their team afterward. No disrespect to them, but yeah, I don't know what happened. I think their draft was off. Maybe they thought they could make it work, but it was pretty greedy. Top 6, WFL and Cmok Elite. Probably the strongest team in terms of how to pressure lanes to make use of the map that we faced in the tournament so far. On a side note, we hadn't slept for this at all. Something about a tournament always keeps me up, and it was the same thing for my teammates as well. We stuck to our guns on game 1 and kept picking the same heroes Beastmaster Phoenix combo, which worked for us the past day. During the draft phase, though, we had a bit of an issue. They kept banning 3 of our carries that our player played a lot, which made drafting a bit hard for us in that sense. And we wasted our time arguing about picking Naga Siren or Wraith King, which hindsight, Wraith King should have been the pick, but we were sleep deprived and we had to make a split second decision. So we tried with Naga anyway. There was also the mouth-watering aspect of being able to place my own team. We made it past this game. I was amped up during the game only for this reason alone. Despite it being a tough back and forth game, we made mistakes that would end up leading to us losing game 1. Game 2. It was nerve-wracking to be in this position, 1-0 down in a best of 3. Our carries were all banned by our opponent. They did their homework. The ones we could play more or push with were all banned. Somehow we all managed to fuck up our draft hero picks so bad that we just started clowning around after a while. We knew it was it and that they were gonna win. And they did. We got wrecked and they were the better team. They had been playing together longer, which isn't an excuse for us, but they deserve to win. And props to them, they really did do a number on us and they were the better team. Also, they did manage to go to the finals and they placed second in the tournament, so our loss being to the team that finished second wasn't a bad thing either. So what have I learned from this experience? Dota's fucking crazy, and it's amazing what the high points of this game are. It's also nuts how I feel more invested in the game than I had been for the past few years. I felt like that kid taking notes on his copies while reviewing the plays for the next game he had to play in. That I was curious to understand this better, that there's more to learn about the game. And honestly, it removed my doubts on spending time on the game. It felt really good going through this. It felt like a learning experience for me. A big shout out to the organizers, the players, most importantly my teammates for this fun experience. Ending up 5th, 6th position from a day of practice wasn't so bad. At least we got 20 points. I don't know what that's for either. Shout out to our sponsor NNZ as well. That's an inside joke. I don't know if you'll get it. I don't think you guys will. If you like this video, please do subscribe. I put in a lot more effort for this video than any other video I have produced, so it would be very gratifying if you could do that and let me know what worked and didn't for this video in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. This is it for me. Have a great day. Peace out.